Isn't it funny how you have a certain grade you want to get, how you have a certain goal you want to achieve, but you feel like you're endlessly working on this goal and you're getting nowhere with it. This is a common thing that happens with many people, whether it be the grade or the business, and they're not making as much progress as they would like to, or as much progress as they've hoped to. So, in this situation, you will be looking around and you're going to be noticing all these different people that are actually getting that grade, who aren't smarter than you. They weren't getting it before now, or in the business, their business is succeeding, their business is, or even more basic than that, in the gym, they are making more progress in the gym than you, yet you are working out the same amount of time as them, right? It's very interesting how that one works, right? But this happened to me in the past, where I would be looking for a certain grade, and then I wouldn't get that grade, or I would get that grade, but I wouldn't get it across the board, if you get me, right? So I wasn't doing well in my law degree for a long time. In the most recent round of exams, I got one of the highest grades in that module that has ever been seen. In another subject where I could only be marked at 75%, I got 65% from being marked out of 75, right? So that's what I want to teach you today. How did I go from failing miserably to passing tremendously, right? And it's how to progress faster than everybody else, whether that be business, whether that be fitness, or whether that be grades. And the very simple way is look around your life, right? Just look around your life. You have this going on, you have that going on, you have this going on, you have that going on, you have that going on. Like, how do you expect to be able to make the progress you want to make when you have 100 different things that your attention is being divided among? Do you understand me? I'm not saying give up everything, right? But there's certain seasons of your life for certain different things. And let's say it becomes about a month before exam season. In that month, your priority 100% should just be on those exams, getting those exams out of the way. And not just out of the way, but you need to put all your focus into the exams. Forget about everything else. Forget about everything. There's nothing as important as just getting the study done, getting the work done. And this can be applied across all different aspects. There's no point adding a whole bunch of different things, right? Just focus on one thing. So let's say contract law. Look at what topics are going to be examinable. Look at past exam papers. You've probably been given sample papers. So what my recommendation is to forget about the past exam papers altogether. Use them as a guide. It depends on the subject, right? You're going to have to actually notice patterns and pattern recognition. But let's say with Torch, you can rely on past exam papers. With contract, you can't. So you have to look at the past, the sample questions that the lecturer gives you, because that exam changes every single year. There might be some things that overlap, but not everything, right? So then, funny thing, right? So then you look at this exam, only this exam, practice only those sample papers on repeat. Just keep repeating it every single day. And it doesn't matter, even in business, even in fitness. Just carry out the same actions every single day, without fail. And eventually, you are going to reach a point where you're going to start to get bored, where you think the grass is greener over there. It isn't. Because, you see, the way you've got to look at this. So, if you look at this, right, this is a blank piece of paper. Now, this is a graph, a very shit graph, right? But you start to make progress. So your progress is going up, right? Then you think the grass is greener over there. So you don't just move over and go up. No. What happens is that you will go back down, loop back around, and now you are back, and that cycle will just keep repeating itself. Whereas the person who's making more progress than you, his might look a bit like that line there, whereas yours looks like this. Do you understand me, right? So then, once you've gotten over that part, where you're just putting your focus into this one thing and only one thing, then you've got to look at another principle, which is called the 80-20 principle. So basically the 80-20 principle, and it's a book, so if you want to check that out. But what it is that 80% of the result comes from 20% of the work. So the other 80% will only get you that last 20%. And that actually works very perfectly, would you believe? Because I got 81% in contract law, right? So we can use this perfectly as the example, right? So I got 80% in contract law. And all I done leading up to contract law was answer the sample questions that we've been given. I could have answered 4 or 5, been prepared, been extra prepared, but I didn't see the point in that. What I done was I prepared 3 to answer 3, hoping that those 3 would show up, right? What is going to be my 3 strongest? These 3. Okay, let's focus on these 3. Now, it did pay off in the end, but it didn't pay off overall because one of the questions that showed up, it was, I had put my focus into one thing and then both of them came up in the same question. But I knew the basics of the other one so that I could answer it anyway. And I still got 81%, so who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Right? So, utilizing all of this, right? And I answered the 3 questions, right? And what I done was, it was just repeat, repeat, repeat. So answer it, learn it off, and just keep repeating. Muscle memory. So that when I go to write it down, it just flows. I know what I'm writing next because I've wrote it next 100 fucking times. I've put all my focus into this one exam, and I've done repetition. The sample questions, repeating sample questions over and over and over again, is what got me these grades. It's that simple. Right? Very friggin' simple. So try that. And don't give up, whether it be business or fitness. Like, don't change your workout routine every couple of weeks because I'm not making progress fast enough. Stick with the process. Same with business. Don't change business models 2 weeks in. Don't change your studying tactics 2 weeks in. It's ridiculous. It's pointless. It's not going to work. It's going to keep you stuck below everybody else. Enjoy the video. I hope you have a lovely day.